Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast, Pub Chat, at our favorite Irish pub, B.D. Riley's here in Austin, Texas. 2-0 victory over the Evertons, the Bitters, and we really don't even know how to do a show that's happy in the last few weeks.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So joining me, Matthew, Julian, Glenn. Let's kick it off. Surprising on the for me in the starting lineup, we had Bajcetic on the right hand side. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll get into the game.
I just want to say cheers. Fantastic win.
Yeah.
2-0 against the horrible, disgusting Everton. What's your drink?
I'll get it in a minute.
No. I mean, regardless of the team,
Yep.
well happy. A good performance, far better than what we have seen for a long time.
From a lot of the players out there today.
Yeah, we'll go through the players individually in a minute, but yeah, I'm just well happy. 2-0, clean sheet, goals for Gakpo, Salah needed, brilliant.
I'm goosed. I am so fucking tired, honestly. Just all week I've been so worried about this game. And I said to you at half time, this next 10 minutes are going to be so important. And fuck me. Honestly, I'm absolutely goosed. I'm not going to have anything for this podcast.
Well, before we get to the halftime, let's go about the starting lineup again, because we're talking before the game how surprised we were to see Bajcetic playing on the left-hand side versus where he's been playing as the 6. So how surprised were you? I thought he was pretty close to being the man of the match today again.
Well, I want to welcome Matthew.
Yep.
First of all,
Thank you.
Thanks
He just doesn't answer your question, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't fucking answer my questions.
I'm gonna pass it across. Most of the times your questions are a little bit weird.
Fuck off.
You
No.
know? So I tend not to listen much to you. But anyway, let's put the question to Matthew. What do you think today?
I mean, you know me, I'm always one of the most optimistic guys out there. I think Liverpool can win every match regardless of form. And I was really nervous going into today because, we just looked so poor. Everton had such a great win last week. And
Look, this bellend is not answering the fucking question either.
but it was brilliant. It was brilliant, you know.
We'll do a Jurgen Klopp from last week. I don't want to answer your question. Can you ask the same question, Glenn?
I will say that Bajcetic looked amazing today. I thought the midfield was really the platform that gave us the opportunity to win this game. I thought we looked solid. The last few weeks, the midfield just hasn't been there. And having those 3 guys in there, we looked so solid. And so Everton aren't going to have a lot of attack to begin with, and then they just looked so good, the 3 of them in there, keeping Everton in check, not letting them get any service to the lone striker that they have up there. And it was, I thought it was an excellent decision. That midfield looked amazing today.
It was weird one, wasn't it? Because we didn't really know how it was going to be. We were all texting each other at the start and what is it going to be? Is it going to be some sort of double pivot? Is it going to be some sort of, I don't know. I even heard maybe it could be a diamond with Gakpo being at the top of the diamond. But to see that Fabinho back in, when we were talking on Wednesday, not one of us, and I've heard so many people about that team, not one of us had thought Fabinho was going to be coming back in. So to see him in was a surprise. And Bajcetic and Henderson, they gave a great balance. He was excellent. I thought Henderson was fantastic as well. He just absolutely set the tone. From minute 1, you just seen him straight away. But yeah, midfield was really, really good. Julian?
Yeah, you're right. The Fabinho thing, I think everyone was surprised as well, just because he has been on such a poor run of form since essentially the beginning of the season. But if you're going to bring a top quality player back in who needs to prove himself and get a lift for the rest of the season, it's probably Fabinho. So we were surprised, but there is a quality player in there, and today he was very good. Fabinho, the balance, like you said, I think the balance in the midfield with Henderson, who was setting the press, and you saw that in the first half. He was the one that was breaking from the midfield, pressing on the Everton defence. Bajcetic was outstanding. I thought he was brilliant, and Fabinho was very good. So very happy, because we need a Fabinho on form with the qualities we know he has. If we are going to make a challenge for the Champions League, because that is pretty much our season, then we need a Fabinho to be back on form. So impressive. Yeah, he done very well.
One of the things that I noticed about Fabinho today, he was winning some of the physical battles that he has not been winning this whole season. So he had his legs underneath him today more so than games that we've seen him this season, where he would get out-muscled on the ball, or he was a step behind. The thought processes and the body weren't really matched up. I thought today, positionally, he played a lot better than he has the whole season. So
he did, but like the first half particularly, I thought he was a little bit nervous on the ball. Like some of his passing was a little bit off. Like, it grew as the game went on, I think, Fabinho. One thing I will say, like, it is one game, so I don't want to listen.
against a shite team.
Yeah, they've not got players that are going to run past them. They're not going to people that are going to dribble at them. Do you know what I mean? So, there's more. It's going to be harder opposition, isn't it? Is basically what I'm trying to say. Centre halves. Surprised with centre halves because I think you wanted Phillips in, didn't you?
I will admit that I thought Phillips, that he would be better than Gomez or Mata, but I think just that he deserves to play, and against an Everton team that isn't going to really stretch you, or have going behind. I thought this would have been an opportune time to say, "Hey, thank you for us not selling you again for the fucking fifth season." So
there's no thank yous.
I know, but that I'm just saying that's. I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have got it.
On the two that played, what was your thoughts?
It's hard to judge them because they really didn't offer much. Everton, going at him. But my tip, he still has some bobbles here and there that really against a more quality of a team really could have put us in dangerous places.
Yeah, but I thought Matip looked really good today, bringing the ball out of the back.
On the ball. But that's not what he's paid for. He's paid to play defense.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
You want both from
exactly.
players.
When you're playing at home against one of the worst teams in the league,
give him credit.
You need
well.
them. Yeah,
let's give him credit because
he's brilliant on the ball, driving out.
We got a shutout, so it's all good.
And Gomez put on. Matip was a little bit shaky at times in the first half. They grew into the game. I thought Gomez was very good. I thought Matip definitely second half was better. I thought they did really well, regardless of the opposition, because Everton are shit. I mean, they are horrible, but it's still a local derby. Everton had a great result against Arsenal last week, and we've played some dire teams this season as well, and we've lost. So I want to give credit. I thought Matip and Gomez did really well today.
Well, I think
so good on them.
You see them doing much better because you have that solid midfield in front of them that's breaking up play and is giving them the opportunities to shine, to be their best players. Because the amount of tackles that Bacic made today was just amazing. I thought he has been our best player in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think he just deserves to be on the team sheet every week. He's a young player, but he has looked really, really good out there, and I thought he looked really good today, especially breaking up play and making tackles, and the limited attack that Everton had, really stopping what they were doing. I think he can be the future of that midfield moving forward.
I thought it was interesting that having Bacic and Hendo out on the opposite sides of Fabinho really helped Fabinho too, right? Because they did a lot of the running in front of him and broke up a lot of the plays before they got to
it was pretty, as we are, as the line, we always talk about formations, and generally you do have a set formation, but it changes depending on what's happening in the game at that point in time. And there were times, especially first half, that you saw that Fabinho and Bacic were sitting definitely more as a double pivot. They were deeper, and then Henderson was the one with a little bit more freedom to get forward. It suited us, but I feel like the biggest change came from the top. Right, it was from the front three, and I think the change of Núñez is far better suited at the moment on the left-hand side, and he looked far more dangerous today. A lot of stuff didn't come off, some did. His pass for the goal was brilliant, and Gakpo looks a lot more comfortable through the middle, and I think it's quite obvious to say that was his best performance for us. So what do you think about the front three?
Yeah, I thought You're absolutely right. I think with the Gakpo playing in the middle today, Núñez was more comfortable. So, we scored the first goal on a counterattack with Núñez bringing out to Salah back to Núñez, and he just drives the line with his pace, and he makes a nice clip ball over back to Salah, who hasn't scored in how many games, Glenn? So talk us through that. What does that mean for us going forward with Salah finally getting back on the score sheet?
Well, it's dead funny, isn't it? Because they hit the post. and we all shit ourselves. And the amount of people, the amount of Evertonians that were probably thinking they just scored, and then 10 seconds later, their goalie comes out with, well, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know where Pickford's
it's
going,
absolutely hilarious. It totally changes the game, because let's be honest, like in that first 20-30 minutes, although we were probably more on top, there wasn't that much in the game really. There was you were still feeling like there was a lot of nerves around the crowd, wasn't it?
It was a bit uncomfortable, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a bit like.
Oh, Gecko missed that
but-
nice header. Right?
Yeah, he did.
Right? Yeah.
But you just thought that with us scoring, it just settled everything down there. Because the thing is, like when you're playing against a team like them that don't really have any quality that's going to run in behind, like as soon as you get the first one, they have to eventually come out a little bit, don't they? So it just totally changed the half. Well,
I think
game
your
itself.
drinks here,
Yeah,
by the
well.
way. Just, you know,
That's code word for check the camera, make sure we're recording.
make sure it's recording.
That's right.
It's gone off at random times. We don't know why.
yeah, nice.
Well, I mean, the people
nice
that
and
yeah,
smooth there, yeah.
yeah, the
It was
people.
smooth before Dickhead ruined it. You know? Come on.
over there, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, the people that subscribe to this channel, they know we're about 50-50 on having these recordings right. So Salah gets off the mark. You know, he gets a goal, nice
There's the goal we
counterattack,
can see on TV now.
Yeah.
And
and then
Yeah, thank
Gakpo
God.
gets his first goal in a red shirt.
Well, I'm going to do
It's-
1 second. Cause
What?
if we go to second half,
Yeah.
because from the start of second half, we've been shite, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I remember, like I was saying to at the start of the show, was so worried about the start of the game, at the second half, thinking if we can get through that 10-15 minute period and it's 1-0, then I fancy with the changes that we're going to have, and they're going to eventually have to come out a little bit more. The fact that we scored then, it pretty much killed the game. How many times have I been saying this year, I'll do anything for a little 2-0 where the game's over in 70 minutes. If someone had told me that at the start of the week that we'd be playing against these and it would be over after 65 minutes, both managers basically shook hands on it. I mean, it was an unbelievable ball, wasn't it? But great play by Robertson, unbelievable ball by Trent, and at the back post, lovely jubbly. Happy days.
lovely
Yeah.
jubbly.
I mean,
it's
it's always great to see somebody score their first goal in a red shirt, right, Matthew? And for him to get off the mark, and it's not through lack of effort that he hasn't. It's just really we've been shite since he's signed, really. But so he finally got off the mark, and I think he'll be such a great asset to us moving forward, and as they try to figure out all the lineups. But we're talking about you mentioned the bench. The bench today was like some that Virgil, Bobby, Jota, Keita, Milner, Tsimikas.
You name the whole bench.
Yeah, because the bench Phillips. I mean, when you look at the bench, you knew that we had game changers off the bench finally again, right? So
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, I don't think we needed those reinforcements today. I mean, Everton are well and truly just a shit team. I mean, they have nothing going forward, and you're only worried on the set pieces. And I thought that we defended those fairly well, other than the one that came off the post. But it was a nice feeling to know that we had that firepower to come in if we needed it. And it's great to see those reinforcements coming back, coming healthy. And you can almost say that bench is more of our starting 11 than they are our bench, moving forward. And it was really, really nice to have them there in case we did need them.
I tell you what,
Everton were dire.
They
We're
were
gonna
so
say the
shit.
same thing.
Yeah,
They
do
were
you know what?
terrible.
well, your mates that you interviewed on the previous,
Oh,
they
yeah.
gonna comment on this one?
And it looked like
No,
they were, for a
probably not.
team, a Sean Dyche team, that are physical, want to get it into the box.
First
They
20
seem nervous about
No, but
getting
you know
into
what,
the
though?
box.
The
They
first-
played for corners,
The
right?
first
That's what we saw first half.
The first 20-30 minutes, they were sort of competitive in the game in general.
Right.
But for me, like we were saying the same thing, like end product wise, they were atrocious. Like every time the ball went out to McNeil, he just wanted to win a corner. That's all he wanted to do. Which, like, if you've got nothing on, yeah, win a corner. But if you can play it in the box where you've got people in the box, put it in the box. There was one time where they actually did put it in. We never closed them down. Robertson did stop the cross from Iwobi, and Tom Davis was at the back post, and Trent just totally wasn't aware
That
about
was
him.
late in
That
the
was
game,
just sort
yeah.
of one time they did it. It was 2-0 at the time. But they're fucking so shit. Is it the year? Is it the year?
It might be that Robertson laughed at Pickford kind of.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That was
wasn't it?
brilliant.
Absolutely.
You love those moments in
Fantastic.
derbies. I was waiting for something to happen.
As somebody that's
And-
from the area,
Not me.
Not him.
Well, I'm not from the area,
He's-
but
he's
go on,
not
carry on
I
anyway.
mean, you're more scouts than the rest of these guys are. So come on.
Fucking hell have you been drinking? Go on, carry
Not
on.
enough.
Well.
But I mean, when they had that little kerfuffle, man, right?
I love that. Yeah, it's my favourite
Brilliant.
part of the
That
whole
was
derby.
favorite part of the whole
Yeah.
game, right?
No,
Yeah.
that brings back memories from Derby's of old, you know.
Yeah.
Carragher going into a challenge or Gerrard. It's just it was a beautiful thing to see. I love to see that spirit and having the team in a position where you can do that, and it's not born out of anger, but it's really born out of we know that you're shit and that we have this game in our pocket and we can do that. So
One of the things that we were talking about during the game, Glenn, is that Everton, it just seemed like they were getting away with, a lot of afters, a lot of niggling fouls. The referee didn't pull out a card until late in the game. I don't think our team ever plays like that, but you could tell that they were up. That's how they wanted to
We
play,
didn't
right?
need to, and I think the ref was trying to let, as they say, the game flow and not give out an early yellow card. Right, and if you look at it, I mean, really, was it Tchaikovsky made like
Couple
two
of
or
them,
three of them where it could have got a yellow, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a pretty. It wasn't exactly like a tough game. It wasn't like bad tackles flying in. It was two very poor sides, essentially, with us being the ones that have the potential and have the quality and have the class that haven't shown it all season, where today we saw a bit more of what we know we are capable of today. On Everton's side of things, they don't have any of that. I mean, they're going down, aren't they? So it's between them and Leeds, it looks like, and maybe Gerrard will take over at Leeds and help that cause, because that's been the latest rumour. Could you imagine that? Come on.
I don't want to.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know about that, man.
I don't know.
I mean, Robertson is the correct answer simply for that moment.
Yes.
But if not Robertson, man of the match. Go on.
Bacic, 100%. I think he has been a stabilizing influence there in the midfield. I think he just looks so good today and so solid. I can't believe how good he is for such a young player. The potential that he has going forward is just, I think, off the charts. And I think he just, the attacking players looked great today. I love Salah getting a goal. But I really think that he set the tone and was, you shall not pass out there. And it was just, that's where he was. And I think he was our best player out on the pitch.
I think it's good today because there were so many good performances, where normally it's hard to pick a man of the match because there was in so many bad performances. The defence all did really well, midfield did good, attacking did good. For me, I would pick. It's not that easy, Glenn. I think Bajcetic, I would agree with you. I thought he was outstanding. So between, it's a toss-up. Bajcetic, Henderson, I thought was excellent. I thought we've missed that type of Henderson for the past month, 2 months. Mm-hmm. And Fabinho did a lot better than he has done recently, but I will agree with you, sir. Yeah. We know what Wilson's going to pick because he loves...
I do love the Badger, but I think today
him.
I'm going to... Henderson was my man of the match because before the game, I didn't think... His legs has not been there, so I was kind of worried about him playing, applying the pressure and covering Fabinho there. And I thought he played excellently. He broke up with a lot of the play. He was driving force. He was the press a lot of times from deep, pressing up front. So I'm going to go with Henderson today, even though I do love the Badger.
Of course.
Well, honestly, the badge, the badge can literally pass it 2 yards, and I'm sat next to him in the pub today, and honestly, he's fucking creaming his kecks every time he passes the ball. That's
right.
But
what do you say about this?
That's why I wear a double kick.
But the correct answer, I think, is Bazza fucking Bazzy Tits.
How obnoxious is that?
I think
a quiz. Well done.
Yeah. No, I think it is him. Just for a lot of the things you've said already. I just think for the age of the lad, since he's come in. Everything that
Yeah.
he seemed to do today is setting the tone. And when he's on the ball, he can pass it 5 yards, he can pass it 25 yards. He looks like an absolute class player, considering nobody knew he was this time last year. It's really exciting. So the Reds have won.
Get in.
Get in.
Now we can all just go and I need a kip now.
Just
So, yeah.
No.
51 more points.
Yeah, no. Let's wrap this stuff up. So
Just
we can
another-
get some drinks and have a good time instead of
Right.
I will say
talking
an honorable
bollocks.
mention
Come on.
for Nunez because I thought he looked excellent today, and he just always makes things happen. He's just involved.
Captain Chaos
Yeah, he
again.
might not be involved, every single moment of the game, but his pressing today from the front, I thought was really, really good. A couple times where he was closing down Pickford and just causing poor service from the back, and I think he was also very, very good today.
Yep, I agree with that as well. I mean, him and Bajcetic, they seem to have a good chemistry on that left-hand side, and I think that allows Robbo to go up and down a little bit more comfortably than he has recently in recent games, where he's kind of had to be timid about it. So
This is a good day. I really feel like today that, ignoring us, I feel like Everton are going down today after that. I really
telling
am.
you for weeks
I
and
really
weeks and
feel
weeks.
like they are
My
going
Christ.
to be that
It
crap
just took us
in a
to
derby.
play them
Yeah.
because we're that shit.
Yeah.
we
We're
that
that
shit.
bad. And we
Right, Sam, wrap
All right,
it
wrap
up.
it
there.
up. Let's go.
hey, so thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, comment, put your notifications on, because you don't want to miss this dude speaking shite. So, cheers.
Fuck
You know I can edit that out as well, right?